What is up, crazy fam? Guys, listen up. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down one of my favorite Void Titan builds in the game. I'm very excited to showcase this build because I truly believe this is easily an S tier build, and this will get you easy wins in Trials of Osiris, competitive, rumble, whatever you enjoy to play in the Crucible. You're going to be able to rotate orbs, and not only that, you're going to have amazing support for your team in general. You're going to have healing, you're going to have crazy damage, survivability, everything in one. We're also going to jump into private matches so we can showcase everything even better. We're going to be rocking Crimson in combination with Crest of Alpha Looping. You guys can already see what we're doing here. We're going for a lot of healing and a lot of survivability. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the Crest doesn't just heal you when you drop the barricade, but if there's teammates in front of you, they will also get a heal, which can be a game changer in many situations. On top of that, when you're using your super, you're going to create an extra orb, which is just perfect for a mode like Trials of Osiris. You just drop the bubble, the teammates run with you, they get those extra orbs, now they're charging their supers, and if it's a very close game, you can easily get 2 bubbles. This is a very underrated exotic in general, one of my favorite pieces in the game, and especially when you're combining it with Crimson, your survivability is next level. We're going to combine Crimson with this beauty right here, Echo of Vigilance. Now, for all the people that don't know, what this means is every time we get a kill with Crimson, we are going to heal thanks to the weapon itself, and on top of that, we are going to get an overshield. Crazy survivability with this overall setup. I don't need to talk a lot about Cartesian. We all know how broken fusion rifles are in the Crucible currently, especially these ones, the rapid fire frames. As you guys can see, red dot, projection fuse, under pressure, and high impact reserves. This thing is absolutely broken, man. I really believe that. Like, if you guys watch my streams, I always say this is broken. Like, this is so unfair. And by the way, for all the people that don't know, I stream here on YouTube. I help my viewers go flawless in Trials of Osiris, and I would absolutely love to see every single one of you guys live on stream. And for the stats, as you guys can see, we're running tier 10 intellect, tier 5 discipline, tier 9 recovery, and tier 10 resilience. And as mentioned, having that bubble fast can be a game changer, especially if you're going against sweaty teams and it's a very close game. You start rotating orbs, and that can easily win you a game. Let's take a look at the aspects and fragments. Pretty much all the information you guys need on this build is right here. Make sure to pause it if you want to take a closer look at everything right here. But pretty much try to focus on Crimson just to make it easier to use. All the mods, kinetic aim, unflinching, you guys know how it goes. And as for the energy slot, I will say if you guys want to use something else instead of a fusion, that's going to be up to you. So one of the best things about this build is just the fact that you can use it in pretty much any way you want. Crimson gives you the ability to fight at further ranges, obviously, and then you have the fusion to absolutely destroy people at close to mid-range. So one thing I will tell you guys is to not be afraid while you're playing with this build, and there's a reason for that. Not only do we have the heal with Crimson, but don't forget we also get the overshield, and on top of that, guys, it's not just the barricade that adds the survivability, but you're also getting a heal. And since there's not a lot of people running Crest in Crucible, not a lot of people expect you to be healed so fast. So what usually happens is you get into a fight, and even if you're losing the fight, you manage to get around the corner, you drop the barricade, and the enemy players are pushing because they do not expect you to be healed up. At that point, you can just pull out your fusion rifle and counter them very, very easily. Now, another thing that I want to discuss is the grenade. You guys notice that I am playing the suppressor grenade. A lot of people tell me, oh, Pip, you don't need to play that. That's not a good grenade, all that kind of stuff. But in reality, if you do master this grenade, it is an absolute game changer. So for example, imagine a situation, you were losing a game 3-0, you managed to come back, but now it's the 4th round and the enemy team has a super. This is where the suppressor grenade comes in extremely handy. If you understand how to place it and how to bait your enemies, you can literally just destroy their supers. First of all, it's really funny to watch how they're like swinging their hands after you suppress them and they can't do anything anymore. But the biggest mistake I see people make while using this grenade is this. Let's say there's an enemy player right there. You hear the super, they're pushing in from over there. A lot of people, what they do is they throw the grenade at them, right? So into this direction right here. In reality, if it's a roaming super, you definitely definitely do not want to do that. You want to kind of bait them into you. When you see them moving towards you, you run and you literally just drop it under you. That way, they pretty much run into the grenade and it's an easy suppress. Another mistake that people make on the Void Titan, and this drives me absolutely nuts, especially if I'm playing Trials solo and let's say I get a teammate that has bubble, they do not pop it. And that is such a big mistake, man. Taking the point becomes extremely easy, especially with supers like bubble and well. You just got to get used to using your super instead of after 8 rounds taking it to orbit. It helps no one and it simply is going to lose you the game. That's about it. Also, a very simple mistake that a lot of people make is when they're trying to drop the bubble is they literally just run in a line like this. Now you got to understand what you want to be doing when you're playing a mode like Trials is trying to think like your enemy. And what that means is when you have the bubble up, you're not the only one that knows that the bubble is ready to go. That means that the enemy also anticipates you rushing the point because it's zones. And that's pretty much how it's going to be the whole season. What you want to do is avoid lanes that are incredibly easy to snipe or just one-shot you in any way. Maybe they're just chugging grenades to destroy you very, very fast. So if the zone is over there, try to be a bit more smart about your movement. Don't just run out like a zombie because there's a lot of lanes where you can easily get shot from. Instead, what you want to do is play smart, drop a barricade, take a look, understand where they are. If you see them over there, maybe rotate and try to get to the zone a bit safer, slide into your melee and drop the bubble right away. You have the bubble, which is literally one of the fastest supers in the game, which also gives you the ability to give orbs to your teammates. You have the chest piece, which heals you and your teammates. You have a weapon that gives you even more survivability. And when you do have that bubble up, make sure to let your teammates know to stick with you. You do not want to separate on that round. You want to make sure that they are grabbing those orbs. Another really big tip for people that are using bubble. Once you rush in and drop your bubble, as soon as you see that the enemy players are starting to push, that's when you want to drop the barricade. I see a lot of people making this mistake of either not dropping the barricade at all or dropping the bubble when they do not have their barricade ready. Unless you have a teammate, which is also a Titan, and he can drop the barricade in case you don't, then it's fine. But you want to make sure you at least have one barricade inside of the bubble. And the reason for that is if people do decide to rush you, as soon as they touch the barricade, they become one shot and then you can easily kill them. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I wanted to say about this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to slap the like button, subscribe to the channel. I got more build videos on the way. I'm super excited to bring you guys those videos, so stay tuned for those. As always, ladies and gents, never forget to share that positive energy all around. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time.